Can I be honest with you for a second? Like genuinely, truly honest? Because what I'm feeling coming through right now is so heavy, so loaded with emotion, that I need you to stop whatever you're doing. Stop scrolling. Stop multitasking. Put the phone down and just be here with me for a minute. Because this reading? This one is not casual. This one is not surface level. The energy that showed up today came in like a wave, and it has been sitting on my chest since the moment I started tuning in. And it is all about someone who has not left your mind. Someone who has not left your heart. And more importantly, someone who has not stopped thinking about you either. I need you to understand something before we even go any further. The fact that you clicked on this video is not random. Energy doesn't work like that. You were pulled here. Something in you, whether it was a gut feeling or a quiet whisper in the back of your mind, guided you to press play. And that something? That's the universe confirming that what you've been sitting with lately is real. The feelings are real. The connection is real. And what this person is going through right now, behind the scenes, away from you, in the quiet of their own life, is more real than you could even imagine. So let's get into it. Let's talk about what's actually happening. Because Spirit is being extremely specific today, and I don't want to waste a single second of your time. The very first thing that's coming through, and it's coming through loudly, is that this person is in a season of deep, intentional transformation. And I want you to hear me clearly when I say the word intentional, because this is not accidental growth. This is not just someone who stumbled into a better version of themselves. This is someone who made a conscious, deliberate decision to become different. And the reason they made that decision is tied directly to you. I'm feeling this almost like a moment of reckoning for them. Like something shifted. Something cracked open. And when it did, they were forced to look at themselves in a mirror they had been actively avoiding for a long time. And what they saw in that mirror, the parts of themselves that were holding them back, the patterns that were pushing good things away, the walls they built that were keeping love out, they saw all of it. And instead of running from it the way they've done before, they decided to do something about it. This is someone who realizes, maybe for the first time in their life, that they can't keep operating the same way and expect different results. They understand now that the version of themselves that walked away from you, or created distance with you, or handled things poorly, that version was not their highest self. And they are doing the work, quietly, privately, to become someone worthy of what they know you deserve. And I want you to hold on to that because that is significant. That is not something that happens with just anyone. People don't go through genuine inner transformation for people they don't care deeply about. People don't look themselves in the eye and choose to change for someone who was just a chapter. This is someone who sees you as far more than that. I'm also picking up on something really interesting here. Because I'm feeling like this person's growth is not just emotional, it's happening on multiple levels simultaneously. Like it's hitting spiritually, mentally, physically. There's this sense of them stripping things away. Old habits, old coping mechanisms, old versions of themselves that were comfortable but were never actually serving them. And it's uncomfortable. It is not easy what they're doing. I want you to know that. The path they've chosen is hard and they're choosing it anyway. There's this image coming through of someone who is in a very quiet, very serious season. Like they've pulled back from distractions. They've pulled back from noise. They've gotten really intentional about who they let in their space and what they allow into their energy. And part of that intentionality is because they are protecting something. They are protecting the version of themselves they are becoming. Because they know that who they're becoming is somebody who is capable of showing up for you the way they weren't able to before. Let me say that again because I feel like some of you need to hear it twice. They are becoming someone who is capable of showing up for you the way they were not able to before. And Spirit is being very clear that the changes they are making are specific. They are not vague self-improvement. They are not going to the gym a couple of times and calling it growth. This is targeted. This is precise. Like they have sat down with themselves and they have thought about what went wrong, what they did wrong, how their behavior affected you, how their emotional unavailability or their patterns or their fears created cracks in what you two had. And they are addressing those things one by one. Now I need to talk about the emotional side of this because it is intense. The feelings this person has for you have not dimmed. If anything, and this is what struck me the most when I tuned in, if anything, the time and distance has made what they feel for you even clearer. Even stronger. Because when you love someone and they're no longer in your life, that absence teaches you things that their presence could never teach you. And this person has been in that school. They have been learning. I'm feeling a kind of ache from their side. Not in a desperate or obsessive way, it's quieter than that. It's like the ache of someone who finally understands the value of something they let slip through their fingers. And that understanding sits with them every single day. In the mornings when they first wake up. In the evenings when things get quiet. In the moments between everything when their mind stops running and goes back to you. They think about you more than you know. And what they think about isn't just the good moments, though those are there too. They think about who you are as a person. The way you carry yourself. The way your mind works. The way you made them feel when they were around you, like they could be a better version of themselves. And it's that specific feeling that they keep chasing. Not just you as a memory, but the person they were when they were with you, or trying to be with you. That version of themselves is who they're trying to get back to. I want to pause here and speak directly to those of you who have been questioning yourselves lately. Because I'm picking up on something for a significant portion of you watching this. There's a tendency, and I see it in the energy, to wonder if you were too much. To wonder if you needed too much, felt too deeply, cared too hard. And Spirit is shutting that down right now. Completely. The answer is no. You were not too much. You were exactly right. And the person this reading is about knows that. They are not out there wishing you were different. They are out here wishing they had shown up better for who you already were. You carry something rare in you. I don't know another way to describe it except to say that when you walk into a room, something shifts. When you speak, people listen differently. When you love in a way that reaches into people and changes them. That is not a small thing. That is an extraordinary thing. And this person has felt it. It got into them. And it never left. Let's talk about what's coming next because Spirit is not just showing me where this person is right now, Spirit is showing me the trajectory. And the trajectory is moving toward you. There is a moment that I keep seeing. A moment of convergence is the word that comes to mind. Like two paths that have been running separately are slowly, steadily beginning to curve back toward each other. And when those paths meet, and I do feel like they will, the dynamic between you and this person is going to feel fundamentally different. Not because the connection changed. The connection has always been strong. But because the people within the connection will have changed. You, in your own growth. Them, in theirs. And the version of this person who comes back, or who reaches out, or who shows up, is going to surprise you. Because it's not going to be the same energy you remember. The same soul, yes. The same love amplified, yes. But the patterns that caused friction? The behaviors that created pain? The communication breakdowns or the emotional walls? Spirit is showing me those being actively dismantled. Not perfectly. Not overnight. But deliberately. What I'm feeling for this person is that they are developing a kind of emotional language they never had before. Like they are learning how to say what they feel instead of shutting down. Learning how to reach towards someone instead of pulling away when things get vulnerable. Learning how to sit with discomfort instead of running from it. And all of this is because they want to be someone you can actually receive. Not just someone you're attracted to, not just someone who's in your orbit, but someone you can actually trust with your whole heart. And your heart. Let me talk about your heart for a second because spirit keeps coming back to it. Your heart has been through something. Some of you have been protecting it more than usual lately. Building small walls, maybe not even consciously, just little protective measures, a little more caution, a little more distance from the idea of opening up again. And I understand that. It makes complete sense. When something matters as much as this does, the vulnerability of it can feel like too much to carry. But I'm being shown something beautiful about what's ahead for you. I'm being shown your heart opening again. Not recklessly, not naively, but fully. In a way that feels safe because the energy around it actually is safe. What's coming toward you is not going to ask you to betray yourself to receive it. What's coming is something that will feel like exhaling. Like coming home to something you didn't realize you'd been missing. Some of you are going to feel that shift before the physical reality catches up to it. You're going to wake up one day and feel a lightness you haven't felt in a while. A sense of knowing. And I want you to pay attention to that. Because your body and your spirit understand things before your mind does. And when that feeling comes, trust it. I also want to speak to something I'm picking up around this person's relationship with their own past. Because part of what they're working through right now is legacy stuff. Old wounds that they may be numbed out for years but are finally sitting with. And this is important context because it explains so much. The way they've shown up, or failed to show up, in the past was not about you. It was about where they were internally. It was about patterns that were set long before you came into their life. That doesn't excuse everything. Spirit is not asking you to excuse everything. Spirit is asking you to see the fuller picture. Because the fuller picture is that this person is someone who is capable of profound love. They have always been capable of it. The problem was that the things they were carrying, the fear, the unhealed wounds, the defense mechanisms, all of that was sitting between them and their capacity to love freely. And they are removing those things now. Layer by layer. Piece by piece. And as they do that work, as they clear those things out, the love that was always there underneath all of it is becoming more accessible. More present. More ready to be given and received without all that interference getting in the way. Spirit is also showing me something interesting around communication. Because I'm getting that some kind of contact is on the horizon. Not necessarily an explosion of words all at once, it might start quietly. A small thing. A reach out that seems casual on the surface but carries weight underneath it. And I want to prepare you for that because when it comes, it might be easy to second guess it. Easy to minimize it. Easy to wonder if it means what you hope it means. It means what you hope it means. What's coming from this person is not going to be empty. It is not going to be boredom or loneliness driving them back toward you. It is going to be something earned. Something real. Something they have thought about and felt through and decided on. And when they reach out, there is going to be a quality to it that feels different from anything before. A groundedness. A sincerity. Like they finally have the words for things they could never find the words for. Some of you may also get some kind of acknowledgement from them. Acknowledgement of what happened, acknowledgement of their part in it, acknowledgement of how you deserved better. And I know that acknowledgement alone doesn't fix everything. But I want you to know that it's coming from a real place. It's not going to be a performance. It's going to be someone who has done the inner work and is now brave enough to name what happened honestly. Let me bring this home because I want to make sure you leave this reading with something solid to hold on to. What I want you to understand above everything else is that you are someone worth changing for. You are someone worth growing for. You are not in this person's life by accident, and you are not in their heart by accident. There is a thread between you that has not broken, not through time, not through distance, not through silence, not through whatever happened that created the separation. That thread is still there. And it's pulling. From both sides. Your only job right now, and Spirit is being very clear about this, is to continue being exactly who you are. Continue your own evolution. Continue pouring into yourself, your gifts, your healing, your goals. Because the version of you that you are becoming is also part of this story. It's not just about who they're becoming. It's about who you both are going to be when the timing aligns. And that timing is not as far away as it might feel right now. Something is being prepared. For you, for them, for what you two create together. And the fact that this preparation is happening on both sides simultaneously is not coincidence. It is orchestration. It is two people being divinely guided toward a moment that will change the trajectory of both of their lives. You are loved. You are not forgotten. You are being moved toward. And what is coming is worth the wait, not because you need to suffer through it, but because the version of it that's arriving is better than what you had before. It is fuller. It is steadier. It is built on a foundation that wasn't there before but is being laid right now, quietly, every single day, one intentional step at a time. Trust what you feel. Trust what you know. And trust that the love that was real, and it was real, is not finished yet. I'll see you in the next one.